Good morning student. Today in our third standard we will continue our first chapter. We are learning about the things that are found in our surroundings. Some of the things that we found in our surrounding are the living things, whereas some of the things that are found in our surrounding are non-living things. We saw that living things, they need food, living things grow, living things move from one place to another place. Living things, they give birth to their young ones. They can produce the young ones like them. Living things can die also. So what about non-living things? Non-living things cannot move on their own. Non-living things do not need food. Non-living things do not grow. Non-living things do not need food. They cannot produce young one like them. Non-living things, they do not die also. So these are the difference between living things and non-living things. We also saw that water, air are part of environment. All living things need them. Living things also need food. They get their food from the environment. We get the food from our environment. Our environment means we get the fruits and vegetables from the plants. We get other things like we get milk from the animals, we get eggs from the animals. In this way our needs, they are fulfilled by the things that are found in the surrounding. Means natural and means our basic needs or our all needs, they are fulfilled by the environment. Whatever living things need to survive, they get from their environment. Birds build nests. They need cotton, twigs and threads to build them. They get these things from the environment. A bird needs a bird lives in a nest. So how it makes its nest? It makes the nest using the twigs, the small branches of the plant, along with that threads and cotton, etc. It collects from the surrounding and it makes its own nest. Means not only human beings but the animals also, they take help of the surrounding to survive. They need cotton, twigs and threads to build them. They get these things from the environment. Human beings use so many things from the environment. We get cotton, wool and silk from our environment. We weave cloth from them. We weave the cloth using the thread that is found naturally. For example, cotton is the natural thread. Wool and silk, these are three natural threads or that are also called as the fibers. We get cotton from the cotton plant. We get wool from the sheep. We get silk from the silkworms. And using these threads, we weave the clothes. We prepare the clothes. We weave clothes from them. We make things like mats, basket, paper from materials in our environment. Not only our clothes and food, along with that our so many things like we make chairs. So how we make chair? From where we get the wood? We get the wood from the trees. We make cupboards. So cupboard is made using the wood. So from where this wood comes? This wood comes from the trees. We use different. Now see this textbook. This is made up of the pages. You write on the notebook. So from where these pages come? These pages, they come from the trees. In this way, we make things like mats. We sit on the mat in home. So those mats, then baskets. See, this is the basket. This is called as the basket. So this basket is made from the wood. Basket, paper from materials in our environment. We build houses using clay and stone and wood. How do we build our house? Nowadays no one uses clay. Instead we use bricks, sand and cement. So from where the raw material for bricks come? This raw material required for bricks, it comes from the environment. घर बनाने के लिए जो bricks use होते हैं, अभी पहले ज़माने में लोगों के कच्चे houses होते थे. तो लोग पहले क्या यूज करते थे, मिट्टी यूज करते थे, स्टोन यूज करते थे और लकड़ी यूज करके, तीनों को यूज करके घर बनाते थे। लेकिन अभी आजकल हम क्या करते हैं, ब्रिक्स यूज करते हैं, सीमेंट एंड सैंड यूज करते हैं। तो ये ब्रिक्स कैसे बनती है? ब्रिक्स बनाने के लिए जो रॉ मटेरियल होता है वो कहाँ से आता है? एनवायरमेंट से ही आता है। ब्रिक किससे बनती है? ब्रिक सैंड और इससे बनती है, सॉइल और सैंड से बनती है। उसको बेक करते हैं, फिर वो स्ट्रॉन्ग हो जाता है। तो इस तरह से जो भी बिल्डिंग बनाने के लिए जितने भी मटेरियल्स ज़रूरी है, वो सारे मटेरियल्स हमें हमारे एनवायरनमेंट से ही मिलते हैं। The seeds of some plants are scattered by the wind. As a result, the seedlings of those plants grow in new places. Thus, plants too get help from their environment. So, the seeds of some plants are scattered by the wind. देखो, जैसे हमें एनवायरनमेंट की हेल्प होती है, वैसे प्लांट्स को भी एनवायरनमेंट की हेल्प होती है। प्लांट्स में जो पॉट्स आते हैं, when these pods they dry up, they burst in the air, and the seeds of those plants they are carried from one place to another place with the help of wind. These plants too get help from the environment. Living things take many things from their environment. What effect does that have on the environment? So what happens when the seeds of a plant they are carried from one place to another place? We see that the plants of same kind they are grown from at other places. Suppose एक प्लांट है जिसमें अभी ड्रमस्टिक है तो या फिर कोकोनट है, तो ये जो प्लांट्स होते हैं उसके जो सीड्स होते हैं वो एयर से, वाटर की वजह से एक प्लेस पर से दूसरे प्लेस पर कैरी आउट किए जाते हैं और वहाँ पर न्यू प्लेस पर एक न्यू प्लांट ग्रो होता है। इन दिस वे द नंबर ऑफ सेम प्लांट इंक्रीजेस बिकॉज ऑफ द कैरिंग ऑफ द wind or carrying of the seeds by wind and water. Animals like vultures and foxes eat the flesh of dead animals. Thus, they clean the environment. While they satisfy their hunger, remains of dead animals decay. They mix with the soil. Leaves fall off trees. They too rot and get mixed in the soil. कुछ एनिमल्स ऐसे होते हैं जो अपना पेट भरते हैं और जब वो अपना पेट भरते होते हैं के साथ साथ वो एनवायरनमेंट को भी क्लीन करते हैं। कैसे क्लीन करते हैं? क्योंकि देखो जो वल्चर्स होते हैं तो वल्चर्स डेड एनिमल्स को खाते हैं, तो ये जो डेड एनिमल्स है उसको खाने से एनवायरनमेंट क्लीन हो जाता है और उनका पेट भी भर जाता है, मतलब एक साथ दो काम हो जाते हैं। रिमेन्स ऑफ डेड एनिमल्स डिके, कभी कभी जो डेड एनिमल होते हैं वो सड़ने लगते हैं, रॉट होने लगते हैं। दे मिक्स विद द सॉइल, लीव्स फॉल ऑफ ट्रीज, दे टू रॉट एंड गेट मिक्सड इन द सॉइल। डेड एनिमल्स है, प्लांट्स के जो लीव्स है, सूखे हुए पत्ते हैं वो गिर जाते हैं और ये सारा डिकम्पोज होता है और सारा सॉइल में मिक्स हो जाता है। This makes the soil fertile. Plants get nourishment from fertile soil. तो ये जो प्लांट्स होते हैं, प्लांट्स को भी जब ये सारा डेड एंड डिकेइंग मटेरियल जब डिकम्पोज हो जाता है, सॉइल में मिक्स हो जाता है, तो उसकी वजह से प्लांट्स को नरिशमेंट मिलती है और प्लांट्स को नरिशमेंट मिलती है तो उनकी ग्रोथ अच्छी होती है। Thus living things bring about changes in non-living things too. सो जो लिविंग थिंग्स है उनकी वजह से नॉन लिविंग थिंग में भी चेंजेस आते हैं, नॉन लिविंग थिंग की वजह से लिविंग थिंग की जो लाइफ है उसमें भी बहुत सारे चेंजेस आते रहते हैं। देन नेक्स्ट इज, डू यू नो अ शिप्स बॉडी इज कवर्ड विथ वुल। द शिप फीड्स ऑन लीव्स ऑफ shrubs. As it does so, the seeds of some shrubs can get caught in its wool. When the ship goes somewhere else, the seeds may fall off there. Thus, the ship helps new seedlings of the shrub to grow in many different places. In this way, the ship, which is an animal, and the shrub, which is a plant, help each other. एक सिंपल सा एग्जाम्पल यहाँ पर दिया हुआ है. You can see here. This is a ship. Its body is covered with thick hairs. Now these are the shrubs. कुछ shrubs ऐसे होते हैं जिनमें ऐसे फ्रूट्स आते हैं जिसके ऊपर बहुत सारे छोटे छोटे थॉर्न्स होते हैं. तो ये जो शिप है जब इस प्लांट को खाती है तो उस टाइम उसकी बॉडी पर ये सारे जो स्मॉल सीड्स हैं वो सीड्स स्टिक हो जाते हैं, उसके बालों में वो अटक जाते हैं. हेयर के जो स्किन पर उसके हेयर्स होते हैं उसमें वो अटक जाते हैं. और जैसे ही वो शिप वहाँ से कहीं दूर चला जाता है तो अनकॉन्शियसली वो सीड जो है वो नीचे कहीं पर भी गिर जाता है और एक प्लांट जो एक जगह पर था उसका सीड कहीं और जाकर गिरता है और वहाँ पर सेम काइंड का न्यू प्लांट ग्रो होता है. तो इस तरह से सीड जो है वो एनवायरनमेंट का एक पार्ट है और एनिमल जो है वो भी एनवायरनमेंट का एक पार्ट है. तो दोनों ने कैसे हेल्प की? प्लांट्स, इट हेल्प्ड द शिप टू फीड एंड अननोइंगली द शिप it got stuck the seeds of the same plant on its body, and unknowingly the same plant it grows at another place. So in this way we see that these things or the factors of living and non-living, living and living things, they are interrelated, they are interdependent. So what we have studied in this chapter, क्या पढ़ा हमने? There are many things in our environment. Some of them are living things and some are non-living things. Living things can move on their own. Living things need food. Food helps them to grow. Living things produce young ones like themselves. Living things are of two kinds, plants and animals. Living things get all that they need from their environment. Living things bring about changes in non-living things too. All living things in the environment depend upon each other. So these are the important points that we have discussed in our today's lesson. Okay, one more important point is given here. Always remember, the needs of all living things are fulfilled. The needs of all living things, they are fulfilled by things in their environment. Such things should not be allowed to go waste. We need food, we need air, we need water, and it is our responsibility that we should not waste water, we should not spoil the air, we should not spoil the plants. We must take care that we do not cause harm to the environment. We have to take care of our environment, we have to take care of the plants, air, water, animals, because these all things, they help us to live a happy and contented life, or you can say that they help us to fulfill our all needs. We are dependent on their help and they are dependent on our help. That is why our life is interdependent. So we should take care of the environment. Okay, this was all about in our first chapter. So today we have completed our chapter. Tomorrow I shall send you question answers of this chapter. Okay, so let's meet tomorrow.